Good afternoon. Fade to black breaking news for this Monday, March 18th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the show. You know what to do. Get yourself a faded black t-shirt. The links are below. 2 ways to get them. 2 shirts. Right? Everything is signed. Everything includes shipping. Get your links below. They're right there. All right. Kicking off another week here on Fade to Black, starting with tonight. Nick Pope is with us. We're going to be talking about the 2024 Aero UAP report. That is tonight with Nick Pope. You're not going to want to miss that. Tomorrow night, Bruce Leininger is with us. We are going to talk about reincarnation and his book, Soul Survivor. Wednesday night, Carrie Sudmeyer is with us. That's right, Carrie from Palm Springs. She's with us. She has directed and written and did everything else that one does to release a movie. And the movie is called Frequency Over Time. I have seen it. It is currently on the film festival circuit. We're going to be talking about the movie and what it takes to make a movie with Fade or Not, Carrie Sudmeyer. I am so excited about this show on Wednesday night. Then Thursday, big show. They're always big. Riz Burke is back with us, and we talked about this the last time Riz was on the show. We are going to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Matrix. That's right. Now, the anniversary is actually on Sunday, March 24th. So we're going to celebrate it Thursday night with Riz Burke. And there you go. One of the most important movies ever made, and certainly of our generation. It's an incredible film, transcending time. That's right. So that's Thursday night. Riz Burke is here. We're going to be talking about The Matrix. All right. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, strange day, automaker Studebaker goes bankrupt. The company's president, Albert Erskine, resigned and later that year died by suicide. Studebaker, as we know, eventually rebounded. It overcame its financial troubles. It eventually shut down in 1966, but wow, on this day in history in 1933. Here's your fader fact. I love it when I learn something, and here you go. In 2012, Peter Skylberg survived in a snow-locked car in Sweden for 2 months. 2 months. His diet for 2 months consisted only of snow. And that is your fader fact. All right, let's get to the breaking news. A state of emergency has been declared in southern Iceland after another volcanic eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula, the fourth since December. The powerful and fast lava flows began late Saturday, but flows have been slow and steady since yesterday morning, according to the Icelandic Met Office, the IMO. Lava reached the eastern defenses around the small, mostly evacuated town of Grindavik. The IMO said lava was 200 meters, 650 feet from the region's water pipe. The distribution pipe is close to a geothermal plant that provides hot water for most of the peninsula. I'll keep you posted. Archaeologists in Turkey say they have discovered the world's oldest known bread, dating back to 6600 BC. An oven structure was found in an area called Mekan 66, where there are adjoining mud brick houses at an archaeological site in the southern Turkish province of Konya. According to, check this, Turkey's Necmettin Erbakan University Science and Technology Research and Application Center. Say that 5 times. Around the oven, archaeologists found wheat, barley, pea seeds, and a palm-sized round, spongy residue. Analysis determined that the organic residue was 8,600-year-old uncooked fermented bread. Wow. NASA volunteers have found 15 rare active asteroids. Now, active asteroids have comet-like tails or envelopes of gas and dust around them. To find these 15 rare rocks, more than 8,000 volunteers combed through 430,000 images from the Dark Energy Camera, it's called DCAM, and the Victor M. Blanco telescope in Chile. A paper presenting the results now published in the Astronomical Journal includes 9 volunteers among the co-authors, and that is cool. Remember Otzi, the Iceman, right? Whose exceptionally mummified remains were found decades ago in a glacier in the Alps, was covered in tattoos. Now, scientists carefully studying his remains have counted 61 carbon pigment markings on his lower back, abdomen, left wrist, and lower legs. Tattoos. The accepted explanation for the application of these tattoos was soot rubbed into cuts made in Otzi's skin. Now, a team of scientists and tattoo artists has called this into significant question. How? Well, there's only one way to find out. By creating tattoos with different methods, letting them heal, and comparing the results with the tattoos on Otzi. Dieter Wolf, one of the scientists, and his colleagues, tattoo artist Danny Renee of the Temple Tattoo in New Zealand, and Maya Sialuk Jacobsen of Inuit Tattoo Traditions in Denmark, conducted a 2022 study. It took a long time for the tattoos to heal. You got to remember that. Using 8 different tools across 4 different tattooing techniques to inscribe a repeated identical motif on Renee's leg. Check this. These included tools made of animal bone, obsidian, copper, boar tusk, and a modern steel needle. They found that the physical properties of the tattoos, stippling, line widths, rounded ends, and the diffusion of ink at the edges most closely matched hand poking with a single pointed tool. Otzi's tattoos were made by puncture, likely using either a bone or copper owl. I'm going to leave that right there. The first flying taxi could take off in the UK by 2026 and become a regular sight in their skies a couple of years later if a government announcement goes to plan. The Future of Flight Action Plan also says drones and other flying vehicles will become more autonomous. It predicts that the first pilotless flying taxi will take off in 2030. The Department for Transport also plans to allow drones to fly beyond visual line of sight, meaning the person controlling the drone can't see it in the air, for transporting medical supplies, delivering stuff in rural areas, and tracking down criminals on the run. The plan says drone deliveries would be commonplace by 2027. Check this out. On Pi Day, right, back on March 14th, Solidigm, a U.S. computer storage company based in California, said it has calculated pi to approximately 105 trillion decimal places, breaking the previous world record. The calculations took 75 days to complete and used up to 1 million gigabytes of data, the equivalent computing power of hundreds of thousands of smartphones. NASA scientists only need to know the first 15 decimal places of pi to understand most of the universe. Fun fact, by the way, if you typed out this number on paper using 10-point font in one continuous line, the number would be about 2.3 billion miles long, meaning it would stretch from Earth to somewhere between Uranus and Neptune. Fun fact. And in case you were wondering, here's another fun fact. In case you were wondering, the 105 trillionth digit of pi is the number 6. Finally, I'll leave you with this. The United States Marine Corps has made a change to its dress code for women. Last week, the Armed Forces branch announced that women in the Marines will no longer be required to wear pantyhose with their uniform skirt. The Marine Corps statement said, and I quote, "Effective immediately, the wear of hosiery with skirts is optional, but should pantyhose be worn with a skirt, it must be skin tone harmonizing." End quote. The Office of the Commandant, yeah, it's close enough. Commandant of the Marine Corps said the hosiery department was requiring the change because it didn't pass a common sense test. It's 2024, people. Now, women currently make up 5% of more than 175,000 active duty members of the Marine Corps. Now, 93% of all occupational fields are with women, and 62% of all positions are now open to women. I remember when I was a kid walking around on different Army bases, I would see women in uniform. They were called WACs, the Women's Army Corps. And I just remember making comments to my mom and others. I was like, that's cool, right? I'm like 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, but there was something about it. There was a dignity there. It was just really, really cool. But I don't remember pantyhose. And my point to that being, why is this now a concern in 2024? I mean, when the stuff goes down, and it will go down, and when the stuff goes down, did you have to make sure you were wearing pantyhose? Was this really a thing? And why was it? Well, I'm glad it's not now. Welcome to 2024. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, March 18th, 2024. Breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody that tonight on Fade to Black, Nick Pope is with us. We are going to be talking about that 2024 Aero UAP report. All of that and much more tonight with Nick Pope. But until then, all I've got is go Beckley Tappy.